Here I am in one of my warehouses, and I'll just turn the radio off. So I've been packing all day, or not all day, I've been packing for a couple of hours here, packing and picking for a couple of hours, and I've found some flaws in how the previous staff who worked here in the way things are done. So today is going to be a day, I've done all my wee bits and pieces, today is going to be the day where I'm going to go through a few things to make my picking and packing a lot more efficient than it was with the previous staff. Now, this here is the entrance to the warehouse. This is one of the doors here. But here is my mountain of books. That has only been recently refilled, by the way, by Richard and Dean, if I remember. They filled that up to the top again. It's all been refilled. There's another 5 cages lying out the back of this place, but I've still to get them on film. However, I'm not intending to list this. I'm probably going to sell this to another reseller and let them sell that on eBay and Amazon. As I said, I'm not coming to this conclusion for any good reason, or for any bad reason, sorry. But anyway, so what I've got is I've got a little space just here in the corner here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort out, there's a load of boxes that came from the Newry branch. As I talked about, I used to have 2 branches. One was a location in Newry. It was my main location one time, but as I got myself more closer to my family, I decided to set up closer to my family. So there it is. And due to that, this place here became existent, and I invested into it to make it into quite a nice location. But now I'm here. I transferred a lot of the stock from the Newry branch, especially the box stock, and it's sitting here overspilling and making my picking experience very, very inefficient and ineffective. So I need a speed pick. I need to make sure that if I've got 100 items, I want to pick, pack, and post within an hour and a half to 2 hours. That's it. So if I show you here, there are a load of cages, a load of boxes here, and these are numbers B56, B4, you can see that there. They're full of stock that's been listed years ago with eBay, and it's been transferred time and time again. I'll just show you here. So this would be one of the boxes of my stock. And what you'll have in it, you'll have all sorts of things. It's a bit messy at the minute. And all this stuff all has to be sorted out and re-looked at and reshaped. Everything from mugs to, I don't know what they are, to, I don't know what, oh, that's a zebra. Look at that. That's a nice zebra printer. I have to see if these things are still active, because there's a lot of things that go missing with eBay. You see a lot of stock go missing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge myself today. It's one of the things I'm going to do on a daily basis. I'm going to improve what I do every day in how I deal with my customers, how I print labels, how I deal with, and this is not, because a lot of you guys are talking about eBay. eBay is no longer my majority sales pitch. We do still sell on eBay. Two little tiny stores now that we sell, and a majority of it's now with Amazon. I've been doing a lot of transfers away from eBay recently, and I'm transferring over to Amazon, just getting rid of it. Amazon's, it's just easier with Amazon because there's no crap, and anyone wants to scam you, you don't know about it. So that's the way it is. So at the minute, I'm going to move these boxes down this corridor in aisle 1, all the way down to the bottom there, and I'm going to make sure they're numbered from 1 to 10, 11 to 20, and so far and so forth. And that's going to be more effective for me. Even though it's 10 high, it's going to be a nightmare if it's the bottom rung. I used to have shelves in Newry where you could just slide them out. Similar to this system here, you could just slide them out, but they're too high in between the bays. But I haven't enough room, nor do I have enough time currently to make a new bay down there where all the books are. Need to get rid of the books first, then I can then start putting bays in. However, this is not a company I'm willing to continue with. I feel that in the next few years I either wind it down, I sell it to a reseller, or I do something else. Either way, it's going to be no longer part of my business portfolio. I'm going to go into businesses where I can make money at a higher ticket level and I don't need to work as hard for it. I'm getting too bloody old for this nonsense. So that's the idea. I want to spend time working on the things that I enjoy, such as digger work and construction. And I do it for myself, for my own properties. That's the plan. So today I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to say my bits and pieces now, and I'll go ahead and do this, and then I'll come back to you once it's done. Good talking to you. Right. So far, so good. I'm a bit messed up. So far, so good. So as you can see, earlier on, you saw me trying to sort my stuff out. This is actually taking me a couple of hours to do this. I'll just close this door here. So I'll just show you what I've done. So I've stacked up the cages behind where the books were. That is now basically easy to read. 1 to 10, 10 to 20, etc., etc. There's a couple more, like B47, but I've no room for it. And the reason why is if you have a look down here, I have put the rest of the stack here. It's quite tall. There's a lot of stock in it. But I tell you, I've noticed a lot of stuff in these boxes that isn't listed. And these are historical boxes from eBay that have been transferred from one channel to another, and then of course got banned, but they're not listed on eBay. So I need to find a way of developing what is on the database, my database, because they're on the Shopify site, but not on eBay or Amazon. Come to think of it, it's not even on Amazon. Got loads of my coats here. Got tons of my coats. I need to put them at the door so I can take them home when I get finished. Let me just put that coat there. I'll put that over the bin. That's great. And I think I got another coat sitting there. Just keep taking my coat off and then forgetting it, and then going out in the cold. There's another one. I'm such a dope. So it's getting there. That I like it. It's a lot neater now already. I know Richard was under so much pressure, and the boys were under pressure to keep their listings going, so they didn't have time to really sort themselves out. But if you look at it as a structural point of view, they could have done a lot more listings if they just simply sorted the boxes out. So they could go to a box and know where the boxes are. That was the case with a lot of my stock. That's probably why the list or the picking and the packing slowed down again, purely because they just finding everything. And there was a load of boxes here, of course, down by the Amazon books. There was a load of stock down here. Now it's all clear and you can get down to the bottom of the shelves, right up to the top. So there's a lot of stock here that needs to still be listed here. Next to these cannabis bags. I don't know what to do with them, to be honest with you, because I don't really sell cannabis bags. I will put them down here. So I've got a low bucket here, low crates. And what's that for? That's all stock that has to be listed still. That's all stuff that needs to be listed. There's a white fox dress. See that? And this is all has to be there's all loose stuff that I found lying around that hasn't been listed. Again, I'm not really into wanting to list all the time, every day. It just is absolutely, it's absolutely time strenuous. Is one of the hardest parts of doing stuff on Amazon and eBay. Even though eBay is slower, Amazon is quicker. The profit margins with Amazon is higher now because they more or less take the same amount of money. Unless, of course, you're like me, which is having a few small channels and having eBay on a passive system. Right now, I'm not remotely interested in proactively selling on eBay. So on my little channels, which is a couple of thousand items on, it has sales of 20 a day. And that's enough for me. I've not done advertising. I'm not sending offers. And all I'm doing is I'm taking my time. This is a day that I was supposed to be down in the cottage, but I decided that, again, I just got so much to sort out from Richard's demise and the loss of the two members of staff, that they're no longer with me also. It's going to be something I'm going to have to do a major amount of adjustment on. Good news is I've got a contractor who's going to give me a hand down in the cottage. He volunteered to give me a hand, and that's really, really good of him. to more or less help me put this thing back together again. So the 12-week scenario is coming to an end, and I will do a video on the cottage very soon, so please don't worry about that. So what's next for me in here in the warehouse? I've got to keep sorting boxes out. I've got to get some other bits of packing done and get it ready for postal, and then I'm going to go home and probably make myself a nice dinner. I've got lots to do to make it more effective, more fast, and that's it. I will now start showing you what I do and how I run this business from a one-man point of view, and I'm hoping that it will be quite informational for you. So where am I? I'm just going to say goodbye to you guys for the time being. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe.